Welcome into NFL Game Day Pick'Em. We're starting in the Bay Area, Rams and 49ers.
Okay, Dan, I ran 10,000 projections of this game and every other game, and the Rams take out the 49ers 31-22. Now, that's 9 points, but I think that's closer than most people think.
I grew up on this rivalry. I love it so much. Redskins at home, favored by 1. What's the key for that Redskins offense, TD, against a very stout Cowboys defense?
Man, I think this offense runs through Adrian Peterson. When he's healthy and playing well, 3 games that they won, 313 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. When they lost, only 26 total rushing yards and 0 touchdowns. You got to run that offense through AP.
They're going to need him. Jamison Crowder, Paul Richardson, both probably out. Cynthia, the Redskins pass rush hasn't gotten home a ton, but they do get pressure. How do the Cowboys deal with that?
They get exceptional pressure, and they're really good against the rushing run game. But Ezekiel Elliott is used not just as a runner, but also in the short passing game, actually all over the passing game. And if you look what happens when he faces top 10 defenses, yeah, 124 scrimmage yards per game and 3 touchdowns so far this season. It's pretty good.
They get done.
All right, it is pick time.
Legit.
And it is with a great deal of pain that I say this. I am picking the Cowboys in this game because the Redskins cannot string together back-to-back wins. It has been far too long.
And because he wore that suit.
Hey, this is a Cowboys.
Your Cowboy blue. Listen, the Cowboys pass rush is good, but you know who they aren't good against? Tight ends. Jordan Reed is healthy, and so is Vernon Davis. So I say the Redskins at home. I can't believe you guys are crazy. But
I'm not crazy, man, but what I saw last week with the Dallas Cowboys, they've got a game that travels, man, with Zeke Elliott playing the way he's playing, Dak Prescott playing the way he played last week. Give me the Cowboys to take this from the Washington Redskins.
I'm going to agree with you. I have the Cowboys 23, the Redskins 22. Cowboys defense is underrated good. I think that's key to this game.
The only one pick of the Redskins here. Whatever, guys.
I hope you're right.
Let's move on to Chicago, where the Bears host the Pats. Week 6, New England won an epic battle over the Chiefs Sunday night. The Bears, coming off that head-scratching loss to get excited about it. Brock Osweiler and the Dolphins. So the Pats are the 3-point favorites here. TD, how will Tom Brady scheme against Khalil Mack and the Bears D, who let Brocco throw it all over the yard?
Yeah, last week the Bears defense didn't show up. I mean, 0 sack against Brock Osweiler. He threw for 3 touchdowns. Now he's facing Tom Brady. Tom Brady is going to get the ball out quickly to all of his weapons, so that's how he's going to combat that Chicago Bear pass rush.
Yeah, with Khalil Mack a little banged up. The Patriots defense not all that exciting either. How will Chi-Town take advantage of it?
Well, they're not getting pressure on opposing quarterbacks, so that's going to be great for Mitchell Trubisky and his coach Matt Nagy, who does have seemingly the cheat code against the Patriots. For me, look at Trubisky's ability to. He's improved his passer or completion percentage by over 10 this season. I think he can hit any of his receivers.
Who do you have winning?
So in this one, I have the Patriots coming out on top, 27-24. I just think that Tom Brady has too much and too many options in here. And with Khalil Mack not 100%, I think that makes a big difference.
Khalil Mack or not, Tom Brady's only been sacked 8 times. That is the 5th fewest in the league. I don't care who's out there. He gets the ball out so quick. And again, Chicago's defense didn't show up. First 4 games, really good. Last week, they disappeared. So I think that the Patriots are able to just take advantage of that.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier. Brock O had 380 passing yards against the Bears defense. Is this Bears defense even scary anymore? They let 35-year-old Frank Gore run all over them. Give me the Patriots.
Everybody wants to talk about Khalil Mack and Tom Brady. What about Sony Michel? Nobody in the NFL outside of Todd Gurley has rushed for more yards in the last 3 weeks. Sony Michel, the difference, I'm going Patriots.
What school they went to?
Georgia.
TD.
Charm City, where the Ravens host the Saints. Baltimore coming off that 21-0 win over the Titans, in which they sacked Marcus Mariota an incredible 11 times. Meanwhile, Saints are fresh. Bye week after spanking the Redskins in Week 5. The Ravens favored by 2 at home this week. TD, the Ravens have a top 10 offense. What's the secret bet?
Well, listen, man, Joe Flacco's been playing extremely well. You know, their time of possession has been really good. I think they're second in the league with that, and so they're hogging the ball, and it's complementing their defense, who is really good. So, listen, Baltimore's offense has been really, really good.
The Ravens are the only team, TD, that Drew Brees has never beaten in his career. 0-4 against the Ravens. How will he handle that pressure, Cynthia?
Well, if you look at how the Ravens are getting this pressure, it's by using the blitz. And you know who's really good against the blitz? That's going to be Drew Brees. He has a 76.4 completion percentage against them, and 7 of his 11 touchdowns were against the blitz.
All right, it is pick time.
Let's go.
It is.
I'm just going with the Saints here. It's the number 1 scoring offense against the number 1 scoring defense. 6 out of the last 7 times that's happened. it's the offense coming out on top.
I like what you're saying, but I'm sorry, I'm going with the Ravens. They are finding different ways to win each and every week. Whenever they focus on John Brown, then of course Michael Crabtree emerges. Give me, against that Saints pass D, that is the third worst in the NFL. Give me the Ravens.
I believe the Ravens defense, they have the defense to confuse and frustrate a Drew Brees. They also have an offense that's going to just hog the ball for them, and their weapons they have over there. I like John Brown, one you just mentioned. So give me the Ravens to win this game.
I don't have the Ravens winning this game. I have Drew Brees getting that first win, 27-25. I think it's going to be a close matchup, but it's Drew Brees' ability to diagnose and beat the blitz and any pressure, really. You're really not taking Drew Brees. You're really not taking Drew Brees.
He's never beaten them.
You know what this
matter.
means, right? TD, we and I get a W this week. More game picks in a bit. Time for more or less. Pat Mahomes, Andy Dalton will combine for 5 touchdown passes. TD.
I'm going more here. Listen, both of these quarterbacks are really good, and they're going up against defenses who have not played well in the last couple of weeks. So I'll say more than 5.
Couldn't agree with you more. I think I have more than 6 in this one, and I think they could be to running backs. Passes to running backs in this one, too.
Yep.
How about Adam Thielen? All he does is keep it 100, going for over 100 seemingly every single week. Will he have 108 yards against the Jets, Steve?
Yes, he will. He's only had 2 games of fewer than 108 yards, and this week playing against the Jets secondary, they're all banged up, so I'll say more than 108 receiving yards.
Listen, the Jets use the blitz all the time, and you know what happens when Kirk Cousins under pressure? He looks to Adam Thielen because Adam Thielen gets all those yards after the catch. He's going to get 108 because of the yards after the catch.
Thielen averaging 118 yards a game. Texans and the Jags, will they combine for 7 sacks? TD, what do you have?
Man, I'm going more here. I think, Deshaun Watson by himself has been sacked 25 times, which is the most in the NFL. So you got to think that the Texans will get after Blake Bortles a little bit, too. So let's say more.
Okay. More like 8 or 9?
Yeah, dang, that's a lot.
Okay, so I'm going with 8 in this one, and I have 5 on one side, 3 on the other, 5 against Deshaun Watson, and 3 for Blake Bortles.
So what you got, 8?
That's 8.
8 more than 7.
That's more than 7.
It was a heartbreaker for the Chiefs last week, but that offense continuing to roll this week. KC facing yet another high-powered offense with the Bengals in town for Sunday Night Football. So the Chiefs are the 6-point favorites Sunday night at Arrowhead, where it is hard to win, but both teams coming off tough losses, a better chance for a bounce-back win. The Chiefs or the Bengals?
Well, the Chiefs, a better chance for them. They're playing at home. Yeah. And I think number 2 is this offense. You watched the game last week against the Patriots, man. I mean, really, it was just a back-and-forth game there, and there was all indications that the Chiefs were still playing some really good football. Unfortunately, they were playing Tom Brady, so things didn't work out. So give me the Chiefs to bounce back.
Cynthia, a high-scoring game. Who is favoring it more, the Chiefs or the Bengals?
Well, the Chiefs get the advantage in a high-scoring game because they score really quickly. Big plays is where they make their yards. And if you look at this defense, they rank 31st. That's second last on third down. So the Bengals defense, that's a good one for them to target.
This can be a big play ball game. Who are you picking?
I'm picking the Chiefs. 31-24. This is a high-scoring game on both sides of the ball, so play everyone in fantasy, but ultimately it comes down to Patrick Mahomes being able to beat that pressure.
How about that? You get fantasy nuggets, too. I'm going Chiefs as well. I know they're banged up on the interior of that offensive line. I just think they are another level in comparison to the Bengals, TD.
Yeah, I think Geno Atkins, and Carlos Dunlap, they've got to get after Patrick Mahomes. It's not going to happen, though. So give me those Chiefs. They're going to put up a lot of points in this game. Back and forth. Chiefs win this one.
It gets loud at Arrowhead. Look, the Bengals couldn't stop Vance McDonald and Jesse James. And you know who's an even better tight end, but both of them combined?
Kelce. Who's that?
Travis Kelce. Give me the Chiefs at Arrowhead, people. Come on. With that, it is time for On the Hook, presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. TD, who do you have on the hook for an upset W this
Let's
week?
go with those Texans right there, man. Listen, I was impressed with them last week. They're won 3 games in a row. They're playing Jacksonville. The defense hasn't played extremely well. And listen, right now, Blake Bortles is the major concern for me. So give me the Houston Texans to make the huge upset.
The Texans are on fire, winning the last 3. Get your Sunday started the right way, people. NFL Game Day morning is where it's at. This week, we've got Rob Gronkowski giving one special Pats fan the surprise of a lifetime. Be sure to catch it. Join Rich and the gang Sunday morning, 9 a.m. only on NFL Network. Dan?
Anytime you see Gronk, it's a good day. We are moving on to the Eagles and Panthers game. Eagles favored by 5. That offense really starting to get rolling now. What's the key, Ben?
The key has been third down and improving Carson Wentz's ability to connect with his receivers. How has he done it? Through using shorter passes. He's averaged almost 2 yards per attempt fewer, so shorter passes. And that's how they got those third down percentage up.
All right, shorter passes, the key for them. The Eagles have the second best run defense, TD, in the National Football League. Can Carolina get Christian McCaffrey going against that D?
Well, if you're the offensive coordinator, Norv Turner, you watched the game last week where Saquon Barkley just went crazy on that defense. And, of course, you look and say, well, I got the same type of guy right here. I can run him out the backfield, throw routes to him, do all kinds of things with Christian McCaffrey. So I would say, yes, he's going to be very effective against that Philadelphia defense.
Okay, well, I'm going with the picks, and I'm going to debate with you because the Eagles, like you mentioned, second best, and they've only allowed an 80-yard rusher once in the 6 games they've played. It's not going to be Christian McCaffrey's game. I'm sorry. I'm going with the Eagles, TD.
Well, I'm going with the Carolina Panthers here, man. Listen, for them, it's about managing the turnovers.
Yeah.
Remember last week, DJ Moore, 2 turnovers, cost them against the Redskins. Last year, they played the Eagles. They turned the ball over too many times. They would clean that up. They're going to win this game, Dan. Going to win this game, Dan.
You know what, TD? I don't even think you believe what you're saying.
I do believe that, Dan.
I'm not convinced of that, TD. I'm going Eagles because the champs are starting to look like the champs, and Carson Wentz is starting to look like an MVP quarterback again.
I'm right there with you. Eagles 26, Panthers 21. This one comes down to, I think it's another Trey Burton touchdown. I like that streak to continue. Give me the Eagles.
She's so smart. Dave Dameshek, pretty smart, too. What's he been thinking about this week? Time to find out in 60 seconds.
Hi and hello, football fans. Your old pal Dave Dameshek here. Hope you had a good week. I know you did if you listened to me last week.
Brady will show everybody who's boss in a game that'll feature at least 60 total points. Ryan Tannehill will not match the 3 touchdowns Marino threw 33 years ago. However, the Dolphins will win.
Yeah, I know Tannehill didn't play. That only makes me more right.
That was nice.
Anywho, let's look ahead together, shall we? In Chicago, it's a Super Bowl 20 rematch. Bad news for Bears fans. Tony Eason out, Tom Brady in. More bad news for local loyalists in Soldier Field. The Patriots win this one by double digits. The Cowboys in our nation's capital on Sunday to play the Skins, who I'm being told are in first place. That can't be right. Well, okay, we're going to look that up. I remain skeptical. Either way, DeMarcus Lawrence will torment Alex Smith to the tune of 2.5 sacks. Charm City, Breeze, Suggs, Saints, Ravens, offense, defense, football, words, more words. Touchdown in the second half against Baltimore's D. That's the first of the season. But Lamar Jackson gets a second half touchdown. First of the season, first of his career, and I'll see you in the future.
Thank you, Shaq. Scores, Cynthia, quick picks, words, more words. Lions, Dolphins, go.
Lions 24, Dolphins 21. This one's all about Kerryon Johnson is 5.7 yards per carry. That's a great matchup against the Dolphins defense in this one.
Across the pond in London, Titans taking on the Chargers.
You have a big win for the Chargers, 27-19. Let's take a look at Keenan Allen and his impact on this game, because not only does he help his team in the passing game, but he also clears the lane and makes it more opportunistic to run.
And finally, what about the Bills and the Colts?
Yeah, Colts 24, Bills 18. This is an Andrew Luck game script. His yards per attempt in each game has gone up over the past 5. I think we're seeing full Andrew Luck back in form.
Falcons been putting up some points lately. Time for high-scoring, low-scoring. Let's start with the Falcons taking on the Giants. Cynthia?
When you have a team projected to win 30-22 and touchdowns for OBJ, Julio Jones, and Austin Hooper, but I think this is a lower-scoring game than you might think of. 22-30, Falcons win.
All right, next up, Browns averaging 21 a game. The Bucs putting up 28 a game. What do you think?
Yeah, so I think this is also a high-scoring game. I have the Browns winning. That's an upset alert right here. 27-25. Go pick up Baker Mayfield in all of your fantasy leagues if you're looking for a quarterback. I think that Browns offense really shows you what they got this week.
And don't forget about Chubb if he's still there as well. That's finally, right. The Texans averaging 23 points per game, while the Jags average 18.
Well, that's where Carlos Hyde went. I have this a higher scoring game than you might imagine, considering these defenses are more dominant than their offenses. I have the Jags winning 26-20 in this one. And by the way, I think maybe Carlos Hyde does see the field.
All right, I like that prediction. I tend to agree with that. TD, time for the lock of the week. What say you, amigo?
Well, I say right here, the Colts over the Bills is my lock of the week. Their offense is going to show a little bit more balance this week. They're a little pass happy. They're going to go back to running the ball a little bit more with Marlon Moore. They're going to be a little better with that. So that's my lock of the week.
All right, there you have it from our Hall of Famer.
Thank you very much, Dan. It is time for Pick 6. 6 games on the board. Cynthia giving points to each pick. Most confident gets that big 6. Least gets that 1. Let's start with the Vikings on the road in New York against the Jets. We all have the Vikes winning.
We do. We all have the Vikes winning this one. And I think this one gets a little bit closer because they did lose Mike Hughes, their corner. However, this one's still a 3 for me.
Okay, middle of the pack. The Patriots going on the road, taking on the Bears. The Pats have yet to win on the road, although that doesn't really make a difference sometimes.
It's not going to make a difference in this one per my model. This one gets the 4. And I do like Josh Gordon in this one.
If Khalil Mack was 100%, would that have changed?
I think it would have made it lower.
Cowboys, Redskins, battle for NFC East. You have the Cowboys. I have the Redskins.
You can tell because we were conflicted. It's not going to be the highest one. For me, this one gets the 1. Least confident of these 6.
The Rams playing the Niners. NFC West matchup.
Yeah, if you haven't used them in Survivor yet, I think this is a good week to do it. They get the 6 in my model.
Most confident pick right there. Saints, Ravens. We're split here on the panel. You have the Saints winning.
I have the Saints.
TD and I have the Ravens.
You get the 2.
And that gets your 2.
It's a 2.
It's a tough matchup. Drew Brees, like we said,
absolutely
have yet to
tough
beat
matchup.
The Ravens. The Bengals and the Chiefs. This is going to be a good one, guys.
Yeah, I have the Chiefs coming on this one, and it's pretty high. This one's a 5. That's pretty high.
That is your second most confident. Here is your recap. Of course, Rams beating the Niners. Like she mentioned, if you don't have them as your survivor.
Could always do my stars here, you know?
Lots of emojis.
Keep that good luck going.
Recapping some of our picks. Look at that lone wolf. Only one person going with the Titans on here. How about TD?
Look at that lone
and the
wolf.
Texans and the Panthers. We're all on board with the Vikings and the Patriots. And then TD also lone wolfing the Buccaneers as well. We love the Rams, and we love the Chiefs, and we love the Lions.
Oh, gosh.
And there's one lone wolf, Erin, with the Washington Redskins against the Cowboys.
I got to make up some ground where I can. With that, let's make our Survivor pool pick. Survive in advance time can only pick a team once a season. Dan, kick things off for us.
I'm going to go Vikings.
Okay.
I think that Jets secondary is very banged up. 2 starters already definitely out. They could be missing another Quincy and Nunwa down as well.
I'm going with the Colts. You might want to actually start their defense in fantasy. The Bills are bringing in a quarterback who hasn't even been in the building for 2 weeks. I wouldn't feel great if I was Nathan Peterman right now. Cynthia.
So I'm going with the Chargers over the Titans. I'm just going to keep it simple. I've saved these LA teams for now, so I'm going to spend one this week so I can kind of reconfigure things next week.
All right. Let's go. It's the moment you've been waiting for.
Lights are off.
Wow.
Nice.
Really?
Wow.
Go with these Cowboys, man.